Hey everybody, sorry about the delay delay in the videos. I haven't been really back in action for some time. But I sure do miss talking about the good news and Jesus and God. And I'll admit, I haven't really been on the right wavelength for some time, but I'm getting back into the swing of things. And I believe the reason why I haven't been in the right places so far is because there's a big war that goes on between us, and that is the mind. Yes, in this video I'm going to talk about how the mind can prevent you from walking with God. There's a saying that you yourself are your worst enemy. And I never used to like that saying so much because, I don't like to see myself as an enemy. But I just thought that I'd make this video just to explain how your mind can sometimes prevent you from seeing who God actually is. Because the one thing our mind does is that it fills it with doubt. And, having doubt in your faith is a terrible thing. And it's one of those things that should not really be in our faith at all. We shouldn't doubt God. We shouldn't have any second guesses. I mean, of course we have questions. It's normal to have questions, about why things are happening in the world the way they do. That's what makes us human. But the moment our questions start to doubt God, or we start to think God in a negative light, that's when we need to take a step back. And for a lot of Christians, we don't do that all the time. We forget to take a step back and we let our minds rule us. And that can be very damaging to our faith. And that's why I'm making this video today about why your mind is the reason where all of the doubt is casted. And it's no good for us. It's like putting poison in water. It's not a good thing to have negative thoughts about God or to question God in that kind of way where you feel yourself slipping away. One thing that a lot of people go through is, why am I going through painful things, or why am I going through struggles? And it's those kind of questions that can make us go against God, or make us give up on God. But what you have to learn to do is you have to understand that your mind is flesh. It's fleshly. It doesn't know of God. Your spirit knows of God. Your soul, your spirit knows of God. But your mind doesn't. Your mind doesn't know God because God is of spirit and your mind isn't of spirit. So this is where you get this separation of not understanding God. And this is why your mind can be poisonous for your faith, because it's essentially where all of the doubt and fear and disbelief, all of that stuff comes from your mind. And the mind has 100 questions a minute. Your mind is always racing. But when you start to feel that your questions are leading you astray from God, or making you question God, or that's when you have to take a break. That's when you have to realize that your mind is poisonous to your faith, because it doesn't understand God. And it's making you lose faith. So what you have to do is you have to learn to disconnect yourself from your mind and just worship God in the Spirit. Because nothing good comes from the mind, because the mind is just full of doubts. The mind is full of disbelief. You read the Bible, you read about how Jesus healed all of these people from miracles and, his resurrection. And of course, your mind has never, seen anything like that before. So it's very difficult for your mind to comprehend it. So that's where all the doubt dwells. That's where all your doubts come from. But you need to be able to just disconnect yourself from your mind and just follow God, and you'll be fine. And the mind is very mischievous as well, right? It's quite mischievous. It's deceptive. You just need to worship God in the Spirit. You need to be 100% honest with the Lord. You don't want to be hiding anything in your head. You don't want to be doing anything like that. You just want to be worshiping God in spirit. And, you don't want a situation where you feel like you're trying to hide secrets from God or anything like that. You don't want that kind of thing. That's your mind. That's your mind telling you to do those kind of things. You just got to be honest. You got to walk with God. You got to worship God in spirit and in truth. I just want to highlight this particular text. It says here that those who live according to the flesh set their minds on the things of flesh. But those who live according to the Spirit set their minds on the things of the Spirit. So just keep your mind in check. Don't let it rule you. What you want to do is walk in spirit, and God will reveal everything to you if you do. But if you let your mind come through and just take over, you're going to have all of these questions, and you're never always going to be in a conflict with God about things, and you're just not going to get anywhere with your faith. So I would say, if you want to walk with God the right way, you have to give up your mind and walk with God in your spirit. Because as the Bible says, it says here, those who live according to the flesh set their minds on things of the flesh. But those who live according to the Spirit set their minds on the things of the Spirit. So you got to walk spiritually, and you don't want your mind to be the dominant thing that takes you over, because the only thing the mind knows is flesh. So that's all I can tell you. Thank you very much for watching this video. All I can say is it's been some time, but it's great to be back.